Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Help Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, 2 games from the NRL, and I bring you the results and scorers. Matt Dufty makes his move to Super League immediately. Kevin Naiqama's second move after retirement. And Wigan Youngster leaves for 2023. And we start today with Warrington Wolves, as they have announced the signing of Matt Dufty from Canterbury Bulldogs. Warrington have signed the fullback on a 2.5-year deal, which will allow the 26-year-old to link up with his new side following his release from the Bulldogs. The fullback has made 94 appearances in his NRL career, and scoring 45 tries. He has made 12 appearances in his current season, but has struggled to cement a spot in recent weeks, in the last 6 games to be honest. The New South Wales-born player started his career with St George Illawarra Dragons. He made his debut in 2017 against Manly Seagulls, scoring a try and providing 2 assists. He moved to the Bulldogs for the 2022 season on a 1-year deal. He'll fly over to the UK this weekend and will be eligible to make his debut for Huddersfield next weekend. Dufty becomes the second signing this week after the club confirmed the capture of international forward Josh Maguire. Dufty said the opportunity to come over to Warrington and test himself in Super League is an exciting one. From my conversations with Daryl Powell, the way he wants to play the game and the game to be played is something that I can feel really suits me. My best footy is still in front of me, and I'm excited to showcase what I can do in England in front of the Warrington fans. It's a challenge I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to rip in now for the Wolves. Who was another member of the St George Illawarra team that went to Paul Vaughan's property for the infamous barbecue, will be joining the aforementioned Vaughan and Maguire, as they used to play each other for 2 years at St George Illawarra. Warrington head coach Daryl Powell added, Matt is a player who I've been trying to sign for a few years. He's a player who I feel will massively benefit from coming over to the UK. Matt is a perfect fit for Super League, and the way the game is played over here. He's fast, strong, aggressive and competitive. He's an all-round great signing for us, and I'm excited for him to come over and to have an important impact for us in the remainder of the season and beyond. Dufty did admit that he had a conversation with a surprising source, shall we say, considering the banter between the two clubs over the last few weeks, as it was emerged that he spoke to Jai Fields from Wigan about the move to Warrington. My goal is to be the best player I can be for Warrington. I want to be a Man of Steel contender. I talked with Jai Field a lot. He has been one of my best mates since under 20s, and to see what he's doing at Wigan, it gets me excited to go over there and play. I texted him and said, I'll see you in a few weeks. After playing since 2017 in the NRL, St George Illawarra was his main focus, as he played 82 games for the Dragons before he was told at the end of the 2021 season that his services would be no longer required. He almost moved to the Super League in the pre-season just gone, but it was the Bulldogs that came calling, and he signed for them, playing 12 games. We turn our attention to the 2 NRL games that were played. First of all, the Manly Seagulls travelled to the St George Illawarra Dragons. With 7 games remaining, the Dragons and the Seagulls are part of the dogfight for places in the bottom half of the top 8 places. The Dragons have slipped from 8th to 11th in the past 2 weeks, but with back-to-back games at their spiritual home ground, they get an ideal opportunity to put themselves back into the mix. Manly have won 4 of their past 5 games and will look to shore up their place in the 8 by taking care of the Dragons and the Roosters in 9th in the next 2 weeks. Having conceded 86 points in the past 2 games, the Dragons need to put some steel back in their defence if they have any hope to subdue the potent Seagulls side that is averaging 35 points per game in their last 5 games. Anyway, let's look at the sides that the two teams have put out. The Dragons have had no changes to their call-ups from the midweek as 1-17 takes to the field. Moses Mbai moves into the starting side in place of Moses Suli, who suffered an ankle injury against the Roosters. Jaden Sullivan takes Mbai's place on the bench, and Tariq Sims returns from suspension on the bench, so Adam Woods drops to 18th man. For the Seagulls, Dylan Walker has been promoted to the starting hooker an hour before kick-off, with debutant KO Weeks moving to the bench. Andrew Davey and Lachlan Croker are sidelined with COVID after Jake Trbojevic had tested positive early in the week. Ben Trbojevic comes back into the back row, and Toafofoa Sipley starts at the lock position. Daniela Paseka joins the interchange bench. Martin Tapau plays his 150th game for the Seagulls. Unfortunately for the Seagulls and Marty Tapau, it was a 20 points to 6 reverse against the Dragons. Ben Hunt opening the scoring after he slipped after stepping off his left foot. He got up and buried his way over the line for the opening try of the game. Zach Lomax did the extras and it was 6-0. In the slippery conditions, it was Ben Hunt once again who went over on the 17th minute. Amon put in a kick to the in-goal area, grubbed it in, and Ben Hunt was the first one to react and get to the ball first and ground in well in the in-goal area for 12 points to 0 after Lomax converted once again. It was 14-0 at half-time as Lomax added a penalty, but after half-time, Manly showed a little bit of life as Josh Alawai scored on the 43rd minute. Ruben Garrick scored on the 44th, but with the conversion of the Alawai try. But Matt Fagia scored on the 79th minute to close out the game for the Dragons. Lomax converted, and that is where the 20 points to 6 came to the Dragons' win. Next, we have the news that Kevin Naiqama, a season on from announcing his retirement after winning the Super League Grand Final in 2021, will join Huddersfield as the centre and Fiji captain, committed to joining the Giants for 2023 on a 2-year deal. The 3-time Super League champion will make his move from the Sydney Roosters in the NRL. Naiqama, who returned down under ahead of the 2022 season under Trent Robinson, has made 5 appearances this season, scoring twice. The Fijian has now made a total of 118 appearances in the NRL, but he won the Harry Sunderland Trophy in the 2021 Super League Grand Final as St Helens defeated Catalans at Old Trafford. On the move, Naiqama said, "There were a couple of factors. Ian Watson, the coach that he is and the ability he has, and the team that the Giants are building. When I played at the Saints, it felt like we were playing ourselves when we played teams coached by Ian Watson in terms of the style and in playing the long game. When he was at Salford, he took them to the Grand Final, and the following year took them to a Challenge Cup final. He did a great job. He's doing a great job at Huddersfield by taking them to a Challenge Cup final. It's an exciting journey ahead for Huddersfield Giants." I am hoping to add value to the team and the setup, the success that we are hoping to achieve. It's really exciting to join the Giants. Huddersfield have come up this year more than any other year. There's no surprise to that with Ian Watson and the group of players that are there. They're building something really special. I hope to be a valuable part of it. A man of 183 top grade appearances while scoring 86 tries. His career started back in 2010 with the Newcastle Knights, before moving on to the Penrith Panthers in 2014. It was West Tigers where he made his name, as he played 90 appearances and scored 35 tries, before moving on to St Helens, where he won 3 Grand Final trophies in 3 years, 2019, 2020 and 2021, playing 65 times and scoring 33 times. For Fiji, he has been active since 2009, playing 19 games and scoring 6 tries, while also playing in the Fiji's Nines World Cup squad 3 times and scoring 1 try. Next, we have the news that Leeds Rhinos have signed Wigan Warriors back row forward centre James McDonald for the 2023 season. Rugby League Live understands the England Knights representative will move to Headingley after agreeing a deal to join the club for next year. McDonald, who is 22 years old, is primarily a back rower but can play at the centre position, with the Rhinos believing him to have made him one of their top priorities ahead of the 2023 season and have landed their man as part of Rowan Smith's rebuild. He was widely regarded as one of the best young talents of his age. McDonald was a standout star coming through the Wigan's revered scholarship and academy pathways, and was part of the England academy side that picked up a series victory over Australia's schoolboys back in 2018. He then went on to make his first team Wigan debut in 2020 and made 2 further appearances in 2021. He secured the club's Try of the Season award last year after a stunning solo effort in the victory over Catalan's Dragons. He subsequently represented England Knights in the end of season clash with Jamaica. This year he has played most of his rugby at Leeds Centurions, where he has been highly thought of after a string of impressive performances. He featured for the Warriors in the Super League defeat at Huddersfield Giants earlier this year. Now he will continue his career at Headingley, with Leeds beating a number of top clubs for his signature for next year. Smith has been vocal about his plans to bring in younger talent to the club as part of the long-term rebuild. At 22, with a high pedigree, McDonald ticks all the boxes and adds to an impressive back row roster consisting of Morgan Gannon, James Bentley and Reece Martin. Leeds have also confirmed the signing of Toulouse prop Justin Sangare this week, and is also thought to be in talks with Castleford Tigers winger Darrell Alford about a move to the club next season. Going the other way, McDonald's arrival sees that as the potential of the rumours behind the way to believe that Bodine Thompson will leave the club at the end of the season. The utility forward played in the back row several times this year, but with McDonald joining the already impressive department, it would appear that Thompson's time is coming to an end. The second game saw the Newcastle Knights host the Sydney Roosters, and the Roosters sit just 1 win outside the 8, but 3 more injury blows have made the task of sneaking into the finals a much tougher task. Sitili Tupanua and Billy Smith have gone for the season with knee injuries, and Siyoso Takiaho is out for at least a month with a facial fracture. The Roosters have will need every every ounce of their renowned fighting qualities to get into the playoffs for the 6th straight year. The Knights have just won 1 of 5 since their round 13 bye and given up 156 points in the process. A worrying sign for Adam O'Brien, although the games against the Bulldogs, Tigers and Titans still to come, they could yet get on a late roll. With 4 of the remaining 7 games to be played at home, the Knights will be determined to give their loyal fans something to cheer about, even if the finals proves a bridge too far to get to. Now on to the team news. Utility Knights player Kurt Mann's leg injury will keep him sidelined for another week, with Phoenix Crossland added to the 17. Imel Hunt comes onto the wing for his first game of the season. Tyson Frizzell with a rib injury and Edric Lee with a foot injury sustained against Manly will play, whilst Simi Sasagi has been replaced on the bench by Brodie Jones due to his rib injury. The Roosters have Joey Manu out with a quad injury, with Drew Hutchinson taking his place in the centres, with Manu's original replacement, Adam Kieran, reverting back to the bench an hour before kickoff. Luke Keary and Jared Waihara-Hargreaves are back on deck in a huge boost for the Roosters. Keary had concussion symptoms, while Waihara-Hargreaves had a hamstring issue. Mid-season recruit Matt Lodge comes into the starting side to fill the void left by Soisua Takiaho. Nat Butcher moves to the second row to cover Satilia Tupanoa. And it was a good day for the Roosters as they won 42 points to 12 with their depleted side. Starting off with a penalty to the Knights on the 5th minute, and Kalen Ponga added the 2 after the penalty. Ponga's night did not last much longer as he was on the receiving end of a high tackle from Matt Lodge, who was starting his first game for the Roosters. That's his 3rd head knock since round 14, and that's including the one that he had on Origin duty in game 2. After this, it was all the Roosters. Luke Keary scored on the 16th minute, with Joseph Suwali scoring on the 25th minute, and James Tedesco scoring on the 31st minute, with Walker converting the 1st and 3rd tries for a 16 points to 2 half-time scoreline. After half-time, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suwali again, and Daniel Tupou for a second time scored tries, while Dane Gagai spent 10 minutes in the sin bin on the 60th minute. Angus Crichton and Egan Butcher put the gloss onto this win, with Sam Walker converting 5 from 8 conversions in total. The last saves of the game went to the Knights as Phoenix Crossland scored on the 73rd minute, which was converted by Anthony Milford, and Edric Lee scored on the 76th minute. Well, it was all going one way, and the Roosters come out with a victory. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as putting that notification bell to on so that new videos and updates can be taken advantage of by you guys as soon as they come up for you. Anyway, tell me what your thoughts are on the video. The comment section is all open for you. Wigan losing another youngster. That might be a one that Wigan's allowed to do, as his contract may have been running out. James McDonald did do quite well, but I think it might be time for him to move on. Warrington signing Matt Dufty and Huddersfield signing Kevin Naiqama. 2 moves I didn't see coming, to be honest. Well, not so much the Matt Dufty one, the more the Kevin Naiqama one. That was very interesting. Tell me what your thoughts are on these 2 moves. And also 2 games from the NRL. A good win for the Roosters at home. away from home at the Knights. Shame about Kalen Ponga. Just one of those things, I guess, when injuries happen. Was a lot bigger than I would have thought, to be honest, but the Roosters are back into the top 8. And the other game, having one of those senior moments where I forget what it was. Oh yes, it was Manly getting beat off St George. Interesting. Dragons are back in the top 8. Roosters right behind them. So, tell me what your thoughts are. Comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever. But thank you very much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. In the meantime, I wish you all the best. So please stay safe. And I'll see you in the next episode.